string S consisting of lowercase English letters, and for every character whose first and last occurrences are different positions, calculate the sum of ASCII values of characters strictly between its first and last occurrence. Okay, strictly between its first and last occurrence means like we have a and its first position is this and last position is this. So we have to calculate these three characters ASCII values, excluding this position and this position, only in between. Okay, so we have to return all such non-zero sums. Order doesn't matter, so we can return it in any order. Okay, so let's try to solve an example. Let's see what. Um, wait a second. Yeah, let's try now. So this is the given example. What the question states. The question says that you have A at first position this, and the last occurrence of A is this. So the first and last occurrence of A is different. A firstly occurs at 0 and lastly occurs at 4. 4 indice number 4. So we have to calculate the sum of ASCII values in between these two occurrences of A, first and last occurrences, and we have to add this to our answer. So if we try to calculate this will be 98 for B plus 97 for A plus 90 my bad 99 for C. So if we calculate this, this is 1 2 3 so this is 295, isn't it? Sorry, 294, my bad. I'm sorry, it will be 294. 294. So we have to add this 294 to our answer, and similarly for this B and this B, we have to calculate the ASCII sum of this value, which is nothing but 293, and we have to add this to the answer. And so that C doesn't occur two times, so we don't have to calculate the value for this C. Okay, so I hope you get the intuition what we have to do. So let's try brute force. What would be the brute force approach you will be thinking of? It's like keep track of first and last indices of each element. So we have to keep the track of first and last indices in order to count the ASCII sum for each element. And in step 2, we will count the ASCII sum for each element. So what does that mean? For example, let me just wait a second. Let me just copy this, paste it over here. Okay, so this is the example. So what in brute force, what we are trying to do, we will take a hash map, or we will take a hash map, and we will keep track of each and every element's first and last indices. Like A's first index is 0 and A's last index is 4. Okay, similarly we will have to calculate for B and put it in our hash map. Similarly for C we will have to put it in our hash map. For each unique element we have to calculate this particular thing. Now we will start traversing this hash map, and we will see that A have different first and last position. So we're gonna what we are gonna do, we are gonna loop from its first occurrence from 0 till 4. We will be starting from 0 plus 1, like from here, first plus 1, and less than the last we have to calculate, and we put it in our answer. So it is a brute force approach, and we are running loop for each each character, and in worst case it can be lead to any square, like if we have n elements in the string and each element is unique. Are you getting the point? Okay, so is unique and and is occurring twice or thrice in the string. So definitely it's going to give us clearly because the constraint is very high. It is 10 power 5, so it's gonna give us TLE. So this is not a good solution. So let's try to solve this with different approach. So approach 2 will be using hashing and prefix sum. Okay, so hashing is the constant thing. Like in brute force, we have to keep track of the first and last occurrences of the element. With optimal approach, we will have to do this. But instead of calculating the sum of ASCII values in between for every element, we will have to keep we will pre-compute the ASCII value and get it from here. So let's start the drawing. We will start from here. So A, we have to put it here. A, what is the first and last occurrence of A? First occurrence currently is 0, and also last occurrence is also 0. Okay, so now we'll here. Okay, so B, do we have a B in our hash map? No, so we have to put B. Okay, what is first occurrence? 1, 1. We have seen B on 1th index. Right. Now we'll go to this. Do we have a in our hash map? Yes, we have. So we don't have to put the new A. We just have to go and update this. This last index, this one, because the first index gonna remain same because we have seen A at A at 0 position. It's never going to change. It is constant, but because we have so we are seeing A over here in the second index, so we have to this and put 2 over here. Okay, so okay, now we have now do we have a C? No, so we have to put it in our hash map. It is 3, 3. Okay, I hope you are getting it. Now we again have a A. Do we have a A in our hash map? Yes. So go and update this value to 4. Okay. This is not nothing. Now we have a B again. Do we have a V in our hash map? Yes. So go and update this value with this. Okay. Now we have stored our values in our hash map. Now let's simply compute the prefix sum. So prefix sum is a prefix sum of what? Prefix sum of the ASCII values in between. Prefix sum of the ASCII values of at each position. So let's yeah. So let me just simply add. Oh, yeah. So let's assume that it is the prefix array of size n. So what is the prefix value till here? 97 only we have seen. So it is 97 only we have seen a over here. Okay. So now this position, what is the value? Previously we have seen 97 and now we are seeing the B which is 98. So it's going to give us 195. Next we are going to get 292. Next we are going to get 391. Next we are going to get 488. Right. Next we are going to get 5 26. This is I understand why we are having this. This is the original string and this is the prefix array of that string ASCII. Now we will start to traversing these values. Firstly, we will get a and we check its first and last position if same or not. If a dot first is not equals to dot a dot last. So if it is different, then we are definitely going to we are definitely going to calculate the ASCII values in between it and get this. So if simply take the text box here. So if you want to uh, calculate the prefix values, the sum of ASCII values between two positions, which is 4, this one, which is 4, this one, and this one. And remember, we have to exclude these positions. We don't have to include these positions, so we have to calculate for this. Okay, so um, till here we have a prefix of 391. Okay, 391, and we have to remove this. So minus 97, which is I think ultimately going to give us 294, 294. So isn't it similar to this, like prefix of a dot last minus 1, since we have to exclude the last position, so minus prefix of a dot so a dot first. Isn't it similar to this? And if this value, this current value, if we like this value where this value is greater than 0, then we have to put this in our answer, like while greater than 0, like for example, take this example, A, B, C, C, like this. C is given twice, but there is no element in between it, so it's definitely going to give us a space sum of 0. So we don't have to put this 0 in our answer. If it is greater than 0, then we have to put it in our answer. I hope you guys got it. Now I will try to put this up for you, and I'm coding this in Java. For C++ people, you will definitely refer to the description of this video for the codes. Okay, so let me go to the exhibit. Okay, so Java will have a class paid for the pair, so we have to create it. First position and last position. Public. This is the constructor for setting the first and last positions. This. Now what is happening? Now we have to take this size of the string, take a prefix of take a prefix of size n, and also we have to take a map to store the first and last position of the particular element. Now let me put firstly zero position limit with zero. Also put the value of zeroth character into fix. Now we will start traversing this string from the first position, since we have put this guy in this string already. So current character is the ith character. Now if that contains key, remember, if it contains key, then we have to simply update the last value, not inputting the value. Its last position is updated to I, else here I and the same previous value plus the value of current character. Now let me simply take array list for answer. Okay, so now let's start traversing the map. Start traversing the map. Current is key. If p first is not equals to p dot last difference is different, then current sum will be prefix of dot last minus 1, and excluding the last element minus prefix of last. Oh, my bad. Prefix of first, these are the silly things around here. And if current sum is greater than 0, then we have to add it in our answer. So and now return our answer. Let's try to run it, whether it is working fine or not. Okay, I just forgot to add a semicolon, which are the silly things you do in code. Sorry, cannot find symbol. Prefix p dot last variable first. Oh, see, there are some silly things I have done in this code. Just wait a minute. What is happening? Again the same shit I have been. Now it is running and let's try to submit it. Yeah, it is perfectly fine. So that's all for the today's video. If you like this video, please share it with your friends, colleagues, and also keep trying to subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you guys.